Hey guys, Mel here. Today I'm just going to be sharing with you guys a few tips that helped me to be successful in anatomy. I took anatomy this past semester now, and thankfully I got an A. So I just wanted to share with you guys a few things that helped me, and hopefully they can help you too. So my first tip is to pace yourself. Now, I speak from experience when I say that anatomy is a very dense subject. It covers a lot and it goes very in depth. I mean, it was a lot more in depth than anything I was used to as far as the human body was concerned. The furthest that I ever got to studying that was in human bio in my second semester of college, and it was nowhere as in depth as anatomy. So pacing yourself is really important because it can get overwhelming, and it can get overwhelming really fast. It's recommended to do a little bit of reading each night rather than just wait for the night before the exam to cram everything in. So you definitely want to make sure that you're taking good notes and that you're, reviewing them a little bit each night rather than just leaving all the information until the very end. Second tip I have for you guys is to reinforce the lecture. Now, I could not stress this one enough because it's one of the things that helped me the absolute most. My anatomy class happened to be a flipped classroom environment, which basically meant that instead of having the traditional professor in the room giving you the lecture and you taking the notes, they would send you the lecture online, so you would come to class already having watched the lecture and hopefully having taken notes. And then when you would get to class, you would just reinforce it by whatever the professor was lecturing, and we'd also use eye clickers, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's just like a system that they use to quiz you, and you have like a little clicker as if it was like some game show type of thing. You get points for that, and it's good positive reinforcement that psych knowledge there. What I mean by reinforcing the lecture is to just take some time aside from the stuff that they give you in class, aside from what your professors send you or what they lecture, however the style of your course is, and just find things to supplement that. Now, this could be anything from a YouTube video. I mean, there's tons of great YouTube videos, YouTube channels out there that can help you with anatomy. I know there's Crash Course, there's Professor Fink, who is this professor that I found who covers every system of the human body in perfect detail. He's great. I'll link him in the description below. There are certain resources and books that are good to take advantage of, like, for example, an anatomy coloring book. Now, this was really helpful for me because it's very active learning. You get to, they give you the photos here, and you not only fill them out, but you color them in, so color coding helps the memory, and I found it to be really helpful. Rehearsal is another important reinforcement of the lecture. I mean, if you can make flashcards, again, I got color-coded ones, so that helped me. Rehearsing the information is a really good way of having it commit to memory. So definitely you want to find as many different ways as you can to reinforce that lecture with your own supplementary material. A third tip that I have for you guys is to teach the material. Now, studies have shown as well that when you're able to teach the material, it means that you are well on your way to mastering it yourself. There's nothing like going over it and teaching it to others to really show that you've got the concepts nailed. So if you can study with a few friends, not too many, it'll turn into a party, maybe 2 or 3, and stand and teach them the material, then that's a great way of making sure, hey, do I really know this, or am I just reading it from the book? And one last and final tip that I have for you guys is just to relax. Now you might be saying, what, relax? I don't have time for that. Yep, you heard me, relax. I know as a college student, the word relax and finals or the word relax and exams does not exactly go hand in hand, but I can assure you that it is one of the most essential things that you should be doing to make sure that you're doing well in class. As I mentioned earlier, anatomy is a really dense subject, so take your time and trust the process because you got this. Something that helps me when I'm really overwhelmed and stressed by school is to just take some time and pray about it. I mean, Jesus gives us the intelligence that we need to do well in school in the first place. So how are we not going to take a minute to just thank him for that and to just step into his presence a bit and cast all your anxieties on him and ask him to give you the strength that you need to face whatever it is that you're facing. So these were a few tips that helped me to get an A in anatomy, and I hope that they're useful and helpful for you as well. Please let me know if they were, or if you have any other suggestions or tips that you find helpful when it comes to studying. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!